meditation-mantra.org, a guided meditation. Whether you've been watching this series for a year and a half now, or just turned this first video on right now, if you're thinking about meditation, there might be several different motives or reasons as to why you're considering meditation. Maybe it's stress relief, maybe it's changing your life situation, maybe it's overcoming an illness through the power of your mind. Maybe it's being able to reach goals more easily, more rapidly. Whatever it is, you're looking for a new experience. And the beauty about meditation is that it happens at the level of your mind and beyond. It moves into the level of your spirit, which is boundless. So your ability to find new experiences through meditation is in itself boundless. So you've come to the right place. For you advanced meditators, you know that those experiences that you use, that meditation creates, actually manifest in the physical world. That you can meditate certain things using certain meditation, certain mental processes, and you'll see amazing things happen. Even things that you would consider miraculous happen in the physical, hard, concrete, four-dimensional plane that we live on. But for you beginners that are just thinking about meditation, over the last year and a half, what we've done is we've challenged your belief structure. We've asked questions about religion. We've asked questions about the things that you were taught to believe. We've challenged your ability to judge right and wrong, left and right, up and down. We've explained the concept of yin and yang. We've talked a little bit about the 5 elements. So not only have we broken down some of the walls in your mind, we've also expanded the perimeter, the parameter of how your mind works over the last year and a half. So now, after all this preparatory mind work, we're ready for basic meditation. And I'll guide you through this. So the first basic meditation we're going to do is a meditation of being God. And when I say God, I mean the objective person who sits on the throne and sees everything happen and lets everything happen. So you're going to put yourself in the perspective. So if you're religious and that offends you, don't let it. All I'm saying is that you're going to give yourself an opportunity to see things from the eyes of God. Objectivity. So you don't have to get into any specific posture. All you do is sit there for 3 minutes. Just 3 minutes. And decide not to have any thoughts whatsoever. Just choose to let your mind idle and neutral, park, and shut off the engine, and just relax. That's all you're doing for 3 minutes. Pause this video right now, do it, and when you come back, unpause it and we'll talk about what happened. Go ahead and pause. And just look at your own thoughts as they subside and disappear. Now that you've unpaused it and you've come back, what did you notice in those 3 minutes? If you haven't paused this, please do pause it, because you'll be ruining your own surprise. This is fun. You'll be ruining your own surprise. So go ahead and pause it and do the meditation and observe how your mind shuts down and pauses and becomes, instead of like a running stream, a quiet pond or a meadow. Just reach the meadow state. Now that you've unpaused this, what did you notice during those 3 minutes? The more you tried to pause your thoughts, the more you tried to still the waters of your mind, what ended up happening? Did you notice yourself actually being taken along by the current of your own thoughts? Where a certain thought comes up, and for 20-30 seconds, without you even noticing that you're being swept along by the current, you've lost control of your own mind. You start thinking about, or fantasizing about, or daydreaming about something, and all of a sudden you're immersed in that concept. You're dunked headfirst into that concept, and it takes you along the river of wherever that thought goes. Whether it's a fantasy, a daydream, whether it's stress or trouble or something at work or something in your family life, you start thinking and ruminating about it. You start chewing on that, you start munching on it, and then you realize, whoa, that's not what I was planning on doing for the last 3 minutes. So you back up and you try it again, and you get swept along by the current of your mind again. You notice that? What does that mean exactly? It can only mean one of two things. That means that either you have no control over your own thoughts, your own mind, which is a scary concept, or if you do have control over your own thoughts and you were able to quench your thoughts, but thoughts kept coming up, then the other option, the only other alternative conclusion you can come to is that they weren't your thoughts. Either way, you're in trouble. If you can't control your mind, and the other option, if you have thoughts running around in your mind that aren't yours, now you've got a problem, because you're making decisions. You are acting on, you are living your life based on these thoughts that, number one, you can't control, and number two, that don't even belong to you. So whose life is being lived now? Whose life is this that you're living? Do you want to recapture your life? Do you see a tragedy in living a life that isn't yours, or that isn't under your own direction? Living a life where you're a victim of your own thoughts? This is the power of meditation. That was your first guided meditation. Practice turning a stream into a pond. Practice that. In the next episode, we're going to jump quantum leaps ahead and talk about an advanced meditation. Meditation-mantra.org/alchemy is where you go to ask your questions.